What are some of the biggest mysteries behind the Egypt pyramids?
They will say the pyramids are tombs meant for keeping the mummies. That is the biggest myth. There are more than 120 plus pyramids they have found so far. And in none of the pyramids, they have found a mummy.
What are you saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So, mummification process, they remove the organs from the body, like the brain, the liver, the kidney, and even the brain, they remove it through the nose.
I can't believe that.
If you ask me who is the famous mummy in the entire Egypt, Pharaoh Tutankhamun. He became very famous. They found this tomb, and when they opened it, it is so intact. They were able to find around 5,000 different gold ornaments, amulets, inscriptions. Organs like the hair, the nose, the eyes, the skin, everything was so clear. And the body dies, the soul has to reach the afterlife. That is, we can call it as a hall of judgment. And the entire journey will take 40 days. When they reach, they measure you with the truth by Egyptians believed when this physical body is preserved, the soul will still have contact with the physical body so that it can keep drawing the prana energy. Ancient Egyptians believed that there should be some portal for the souls to go. There's a time portal where many souls were going and coming on both the sides, north and the south.
Dr. Ayyappa Pindi is a globally renowned meditation coach, pyramid energy specialist, and holistic spiritual teacher known for integrating breath meditation, sound healing, pyramids, crystals, and music into transformative experiences. With over 25 years of dedicated practice, he has guided lakhs of people worldwide towards inner transformation.
When you talk about Egypt, it's all about precision. Precision is about how the alignment is made. Even a blade cannot go in between two stones, which is a total mystery, like how did they even achieve it?
Because each stone, I believe, weighs between 2 to 15 tons, as heavy as an elephant.
When I talk to the spiritual people, they say aliens built it. The concentration is so high. Because the pyramid attracts the energy and it's a concentrated energy. I have kept even the water to see what changes happens to the water.
And what happens?
Acidic water will become alkaline in 6 hours. The taste, energy of the water changes.
About the connection between pyramids and crystals.
We don't choose crystals, crystals choose us. A crystal, when it comes to the human touch, you have a bioelectrical energy. When it touches with the humans, it understands you, what you want. It removes the negativity from you. Amethyst, we use it for spiritual upliftments. It attracts the negativity, it amplifies you, and you need to cleanse it. When you keep a crystal in the pyramid, it attracts cosmic energy. When our human bodies get exposed to that pyramid and crystal energy combination, the water inside our body changes. The consciousness expands, the energy expands, the mind gets relaxed. So I was near tomb. I sensed my energy from my body started going into the tomb. I was intuitionally feeling it went to the tomb. It touched the bones of the pharaoh. I went back and I discussed this with other senior masters. They said our bones in the body have all the data, experiences we undergo in one lifetime.
Maybe you were an Egyptian?
I saw my own past life as a pharaoh in Egypt.
A former software engineer turned spiritual teacher, he is also the founder and managing trustee of Pyramid World Foundation, as well as the founder and CEO of 51 Pyramids and Soulful Tours and Retreats. It is with great excitement that we invite him to the Body to Being podcast today.
One person came to me and said that this plant was dying. I gave him a small pyramid. I said, keep it near the pot. And miraculously, the plant got the life again and it started flowering. I have a big pyramid over my bed, 6 feet by 6 feet. We sleep under it. I see great healing happens. How the energy goes inside the body. The brain waves has to go from beta to alpha or theta. That naturally happens in the sleep. Then the whole night we are receiving energy.
Did you know that there are no mummies inside the pyramid? Or that each stone in the pyramid weighs as heavy as a single elephant? Or that to preserve the body in that era, one had to pull out the brain through the nostrils? What is the mystery behind all of this? Why are the pyramids still standing tall after 4,500 years, surviving so many calamities, natural disasters, earthquakes, and war, when everything of that era has crumbled? What is the true healing power of the pyramids? How can you use pyramids in your everyday life to heal yourself? What is the connection between chakras, pyramids, and crystals? All of this and a lot more in today's masterclass with a researcher who has dedicated his life to studying the pyramids and also has a very interesting past life connected with Egypt and the pyramids. Do watch the video till the end, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing because unfortunately 80% of our viewers don't. Ayappaji, what are some of the biggest secrets or mysteries behind the Egypt pyramids?
The biggest mystery of the Egypt pyramids is, if you ask anyone, they will say the pyramids are tombs. The pyramids are meant for keeping the mummies. That is the biggest myth, because I have personally been there for more than 4 to 5 times. I have been with archaeologists. Every 6 months, I visit Egypt personally. I go with the tour and also I do a lot of research. There are more than 120 plus pyramids they have found so far. And in none of the pyramids, they have found a mummy yet.
What are you saying?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Because there is a separate space for all this mummification process and all the tombs. But in none of the pyramids, they were able to find any mummy. So that's the biggest myth. Like, people who have not read about it, people who have not visited, they always have that misconception
Yeah.
that it is just like what we call as samadhis or tombs. But absolutely no, because no pyramid has ever found any mummy inside. So this is one of the biggest myth the people should understand, that it is not true.
So, where are these mummies located then?
So there is a separate space called Valley of Kings. So where it's full of like mountains, and in that mountain places there are certain chambers, secret paths, and all the mummified tombs are found there, most of them. And they are separately kept outside in multiple places of Egypt. So when you go to the Valley of Kings, as the name says, all the kings so far in the history of the Egypt, all those mummies you can find in the Valley of Kings. So as a part of tour, we also go there, where most of the mummies are taken out because they have been stolen, they have been taken into the museums. Few are still there, and even the famous mummy. If you ask me who is the famous mummy in the entire Egypt, Tutankhamun.
Correct.
They also call as Pharaoh Tut. He became very famous, but the fact is he did not do anything in Egypt. As a king, as a pharaoh, he did not do anything, and he died at a very young age. He became very famous because when his tomb was discovered only recently, because there was one tomb above that. So when they excavated, some robbers or somebody was stealing, they could not actually find this tomb. So later in the years, they found this tomb, and when they opened it, it is so intact. It is so well preserved. And also, they were able to find around 5,000 different gold ornaments, amulets, inscriptions. So that is the only reason why the mummy, that is Tutankhamun mummy, got very popular, because it was well preserved.
The mummy was well preserved.
Mummy was well preserved, and they found so much of gold and ornaments. So why these archaeologists generally go dig? At the end of the day, they want to find treasures. So Egypt is full of treasures. They want to find gold, they want to find treasures, and also mummies, and sometimes these inscriptions, which will be in a paper called papyrus. And then all the ancient Egypt inscriptions, the drawings or their language is written in it, they put it in the scrolls, and generally they keep it in the coffins, or you can call it as sarcophagus. That's a box where they keep the mummy. So generally these archaeologists go there and find the mummy, but that is the sarcophagus. They open it. All that they want is a well-preserved mummy. They want to see that inscriptions and also some gold or ornaments. This is the main reason why they go and search for it.
Okay, I have two questions here. One is that explain to me the mummification process. Why is it done? Because I've also heard that it takes about 70 days for the mummification process to get over. And what do you mean when you say the Pharaoh Tutankhamun's mummy was well preserved?
See, most of the pharaohs, that is, pharaoh means king, their mummies are wrapped. It undergoes a process. But when we find that mummy after 4,000, 5,000 years, some of them are not preserved, in the sense it is already decayed, it is lost, it is not so intact. Maybe some air has gone inside, some infection, or it is not so clearly visible. But Tutankhamun, when the mummy was found, it was so, I cannot say it is looking so good because it's a mummy. But all the organs, like the hair, the nose, the eyes, the skin, everything was so clear. So, you will be able to find out who is that pharaoh only with the inscriptions kept near it. Otherwise, nobody will know whose mummy is it. So that's why they leave it. So that is why it is processed and kept it. So it is like it is well preserved, in the sense that it's looking good good mummy, I could say.
Like a human?
Like a human.
The
Yeah.
skin is also preserved.
Skin is also preserved. I have seen
You've
even
seen the actual
yes,
one?
yes. The hair, the nails in the skin. People can see that in the new museum, which is recently opened, like 6 months ago. When I went there, we were the first Indian batch to enter into the museum because and that was opened very recently. This is the world's biggest Egyptian museum where most of the mummies, all the artifacts are kept there. So anybody go there, we can go and actually see the mummies there. So mummification process, if you want me to explain, they were done by very like nowadays we call it as doctors. So they were like physicians on that ancient days. So the whole mummification process takes around 70 days. In that it is split into two, 40 plus 30. Yeah, this first 40 days they remove the water from the body. All the water, blood, they remove it. And even the brain, they remove it through the nose without the face getting affected.
The entire brain through the nostrils.
Yeah, entire brain, they do the incision and remove through the nostrils. Maybe they cut it or pull it, we don't know. But there are inscriptions saying that this is how they are doing it. They remove the kidneys, pancreas, all the geneticals, and leaving only the heart in the body. They don't remove the heart.
Why?
So there is the saying, they don't live for today. They prepare their entire life for the journey for the afterlife. So they believe that when we die, when the body dies, the soul has to reach the afterlife. That is, we can call it as a hall of judgment. So the entire journey will take 40 days. So for them, when they reach the hall of judgment, they measure you with the truth by weighing your heart on one side. So they believe and they say, it is not the life you lived, whether you are in a luxury life or a poor life, but all that they believe is how truthful you are with you and others. The more you are truthful with the life, the more you are truthful with you and others, it is preserved in the heart. That's what the ancient Egyptians strongly believe. So they leave the heart in the body because when the soul travels, the heart of the soul, that the body is weighed against the truth. So if it is like it is weighed against a feather. So if it is lighter than the feather, it means you have lived a meaningful and truthful life. That is when the gate of heaven opens up, and that is when they transcend. For this entire process to take, it takes 40 days. So what they do is, it's a brilliant science which when I was researching, I was like astonished. Wow. Because this physical body has prana energy. Prana means life force. Generally, what we do is either we burn this body or we bury the body. These are two things we generally do depending on their religious customs. What Egyptians believed is when this physical body is preserved, the soul will still have contact with the physical body so that it can keep drawing the prana energy. So it is like we generally carry these power banks so that we can put it in our phones or laptops so that whenever there is charges less, we get an additional charge. So for this entire soul journey, the soul, if the body is preserved well, the soul can be in touch with the physical body and draw this prana energy for this ascension process. So that's a beautiful science they know. If they bury the body in the sand or if they burn the body, it is perished. So the soul will not be able to get the prana energy out of the physical body. So that is why the mummification process takes 40 days and the soul journey also takes 40 days. And after the 40 days, it takes 30 days for the priests, in the ancient priests. They do a lot of ceremonies, they do a lot of inscriptions, lot of spells, and also a lot of process in order to respect the pharaoh, and also for the protection. So any sarcophagus we see or any mummified, there will be lot of inscriptions, there will be lot of spells written all over the sarcophagus, and it will be well preserved and locked. And also all the organs removed are kept in separate jars. But very funny thing is they don't preserve the brain. So basically your brain is pulled out of the nose, it is thrown out. So inside the queen's chamber there are two shafts, and in the king's chamber there are two shafts. I was always wondering what is this small hole which is only 3-4 meters. It's like a very small holes on the north and also the south. Very interestingly, if you see, the whole pyramid is not aligned to the magnetic south, east, west, north. It is aligned to the true north.
Okay.
So many of them, they think it is,
Yeah.
it is not aligned to the magnetic north, but to the true north. So what is true north in the sense? It is aligned to the celestial stars, Orion, Sirian. So it is
Oh.
aligned to the stars. And importantly, true north changes from place to place in the earth.
Hmm.
So some places it 5 degrees changes, some places 30 degrees changes. In the equator it is 0. So every place the true north changes.
Okay. Because there are
Yeah.
also certain inner shafts inside the pyramid, which are aligned to certain stars in the sky.
Exactly.
What is the reason?
So this was a very interesting science.
Hmm.
So initially, when you see through the shaft, when we go there, we also see that it is only few meters it's visible, because that whole place is little dark and there is no ventilations. There's only two shafts, which is small square. Initially, they thought it is only 10 meters depth, until a scientist want to explore, and he made a small robot which has wheels and a camera. They allowed it to go inside. So when it went to 10 meters, then it found it took a turn. Then slowly the robot went crawling until the place where it's the exit of the pyramid. So in the king's chamber, in the north and the south walls, there are two shafts, and these two shafts are going until the end of the apex of the pyramids. I mean, outer surface. It is touching the outer surface. When you exactly draw a line, it is pointing toward the star systems.
Because one hypothesis also is that these pyramids were launching pads for the souls to go to other dimensions to reach the stars. That's why they've been so aligned to the celestial geometry.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me about their sense of this afterlife and whether these.
See, when we leave the body,
Hmm.
the soul departs from the body.
Hmm.
So ancient Egyptians believed that there should be some portals or ways for the souls to go.
Hmm.
So maybe they have designed the shafts from the king's chamber to leave. Why king's chamber? Because even in the queen's chamber there are two shafts, but it has a dead end.
Okay.
It doesn't go until the end. It is not pointing to any star system. But in the king's chamber, it goes. So when I did my studies, queen's chamber is nothing but our heart. But in the king's chamber is nothing but the crown. When you come up with the language of chakras, it is a heart chakra and it is a crown chakra. That is Anahata and Sahasrara. From the Sahasrara, they go out. If you see these ancient yogis in Indian system, the soul goes out of the body through Kapala. The Kapala breaks and the soul leaves from there. For a normal person, it goes through the nose. But the ancient yogis who are enlightened, they want to go to the higher dimensions, they come out of this. So maybe in the king's chamber, there is a way. From Sahasrara, there are ways to reach the heavens. So that's why they have shafts, which is pointing. Maybe the soul will take the point. Everybody needs direction. Today we use Google Maps. We use take the help of the compass to reach certain places. Maybe they are telling the soul, this is the route you should travel. So from the mummy, they take the energy. From the pyramid, they take the energy, and also it gives you a direction. So the moment we go, there's a cave, and then you have a queen's chamber. And in the grand hall, you will see there are 7 layers of stones, which is like 30 meters with a single stone, not even a cut. Can you imagine 30 meters, like 100 feet? So big, and the inclination of 40 degrees. It will blow your mind. Your head will literally rotate when you see that structure from inside. From the stairs, if you just stare at, there are 7 layers, just like in the walls. So I was wondering, because this number 7 is very, very important, very ancient. There are 7 bodies, the 7 seas, 7 chakras. So maybe they are telling you have to cross all the 7 chakras to reach the Sahasrara.
Ah.
So that's the journey you need to do from the heart to the head. So when we reached the king's chamber, the first time when I went there, we were like jam-packed. 96 people sitting in that room, hardly to even walk anywhere. So I went there. My Guruji already started playing flute. Everybody was in deep meditation. So I went there and I sat, not even having time to look at what is exact, because we were the last batch to enter.
Hmm.
And on the way, we were listening his flute music. I was like, oh my God, the meditation started. I need to rush. So I didn't see anything in detail, because we went in the night, maybe 11 o'clock, their time. So we went there and I went into meditation. I don't know how it looks, this shaft, this signs, nothing. I don't know anything about it. All that I know is that there is a room where we meditate. But in my deep meditation, on one of the walls, I saw a time portal. It's like it's a very big, like 8 feet, very misty, smoky, just like how we see these lights, for the shoots where they use LED lights. It was like a very transparent, and there's a time portal where many souls were going and coming on both the sides, north and the south. And I had my own experiences there. It was like 1.5 hours. We meditated. I saw like a chariots going out, the souls going, few animals coming. So, and then I documented all these experiences in a magazine way back. And I told my guru about all these experiences. Later, when I read, that is the exact place where there was two shafts. One is on the north wall, one is the south wall. Then I was like, wow, it tallied with my experiences. Because that is the exact places I saw the time portals. So the Egyptians know that there is a portal. The portal is like any house we enter, we come to the main door. Any apartment, we come to the main gate. Similar to any dimension we go, it is portal. We have seen so much of crop circles, which is very popular in US and other places, the crop circle. So overnight in the fields, you will see some designs. So they are nothing but time portals for one dimension to another dimension. It's very difficult to explain people because we all know only 1, 2, and 3 dimensions.
Correct.
Like a length, breadth, width, height.
Yeah.
So the whole spirituality journey starts from 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension. There are many alien species, everything is there. Because recently, if you see, one of the reporter asked the US president that, is there any alien life? Have you seen? Because we saw that the ex-president has spoken and Trump said he shouldn't have spoken about it. So he literally agreed, accepted in that video saying alien force exists, they have documents and they have even told the US government to release the documents.
You have, I think, also mentioned that the angle of the pyramid is not 45 degrees.
Mhm.
What is the angle of the pyramid?
Yeah, so this is beautiful science. I will just show you.
Yeah.
There are certain pyramids, I got it today. So this one is a wood pyramid. So this is a MDF wood and this is a copper one.
Okay.
So imagine this is a Giza pyramid. This is the Giza pyramid. So when we speak about degrees, people have to see the slope angle.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is the inner slope from the base to the wall.
Ah.
So if you see the side and the height are not same. If it is same, it is 45 degrees. But if you see this length and this will vary.
Hmm.
So if this is like 1 feet, this side has to be 95% of it. Then you will achieve 51 degrees, 51 minutes. That is the inner slope angle. Inner slope angle from the base to one of the wall is 51 degrees. In recent days, one of the beautiful discovery they have made is whole world will be shocked. Giza pyramid is not 4-sided, it is 8-sided. Because in this wall, you will see a thin line here saying this is also 2 sides. So it is actually 8. So some people questioned me, all these years we believed it is 4-sided. Now, only during the sun rays when it falls, you will see a thin, like it's a very small bend here. So it's 8-sided. So what are we going to do now? Should we change the whole concept of physics? I said the angle is important. Whether it is solid or hollow doesn't matter. The angle is important. I did my little more deeper studies. Then I found out very interesting Fibonacci series.
Ah.
The
For the viewers, if you can please explain what the Fibonacci
Yeah,
series is.
Fibonacci when we do in our mathematics, it's like 0, 1, then add up, then it becomes 1, then you add this, it becomes 2, plus 2 upon 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, then 5 plus 2, 7. This is a Fibonacci series. We all know, we have done it in our mathematics during our school days. But pictorially, if you want to represent this Fibonacci, there is a pattern that's called a life pattern. That's a Fibonacci pictorially if you represent. So it would be like a small spherical. So then I saw what are the natural Fibonacci that is available. Then the sunflower, when you see in the center, it is formed in the Fibonacci. The snail, when you see it is in the Fibonacci. Even if that elephant, it folds the trunk.
Yeah.
It is in the Fibonacci.
Oh, because I've heard this, that the entire universe is working as per the Fibonacci series.
Exactly. Because it's called a golden angle. I got the word. It's called a golden angle. Anything comes under the golden angle, it has the universe inside. It has the highest energies. Because
Acha.
this whole thing is sacred geometry. In sacred geometry, the worst is the most lesser energy is in square and rectangle.
Aha.
Unfortunately, today we are living in rectangle and squares.
Correct. Yes, we don't live in triangular houses.
No, the huts, the temples, all these ancient structures, nothing is in square and rectangle.
Correct.
Everything is built on the sacred geometry.
So
Because-
which shape has the maximum energy?
Yes, the pyramids has the maximum energy.
Triangles have the
Triangles.
maximum energy?
Yes, exactly. Because when we take this Fibonacci pictorially represented, and when we fit the Giza pyramid, it exactly fits from the base to the tip. It fits.
Yeah, right.
But if you take a 45-degree pyramid and then you put it, no, it doesn't fit. So that is how the mathematicians, they made the calculation. We know about the Leonardo da Vinci picture where he stretches the hands, legs. There also it's Fibonacci. So any angle can, when we call it as a Fibonacci, becomes a golden angle. Anything natural, that is called a Earth's natural angle. That is why
And what is that angle?
that 51 degrees is in the pyramid. But that when anything fits inside the Fibonacci, it comes as a golden angle. The golden angle is the natural angle of the Earth is 51 degrees. So when the world announced the first 7 wonders, Egypt Giza pyramid was one. And year by year we know it keeps changing. But when we historically go back and see, in the first 7 wonders, only Giza pyramid is standing, all the 6 got demolished. Maybe because of wars or maybe because of natural calamity, it is not there. Only Giza pyramid is standing. In spite of so many earthquakes, so many wars, right, bombings, all, the pyramid is not shaken. And when it comes to the pyramids, there are 2 stones we must know. One is the outside. There are multiple things they use, but majorly it is limestone.
Okay.
Majorly it is limestone, but inside the king's chamber, it's a pure red or rose granite was used. It acts as a sonic chamber because granite, it's a natural quartz crystal. Unlike our cement structures or concrete where we talk and the walls just absorb or it just doesn't absorb. But here it is like a sonic chamber where you do a omkara in that, or when you talk or when you play some sound, it resonates back. It resonates so beautifully, it amplifies the energy. So whenever we go, I take a small singing bowl like this. So not like this. This is the exact one I carry. So this has
A consecrated bowl. Yeah.
So this is like done with the panchalokas.
Yeah. Okay.
So majorly it is copper. So this has traveled all over the world. Whenever I go, I carry this and go because it is a beautiful tool for meditation. And specifically, I take this to the king's chamber because I know the granite stones there, it's a natural quartz. So when I play this, what happens is the sound in this goes and hits the walls and it resonates back. So it becomes a sonic chamber. So the sounds we make in that chamber, it helps to amplify the energies.
And I've also heard studies which say that those vibrations which echo in the king's chamber because of this natural quartz
Exactly.
alter human consciousness.
Exactly. So we are what? We are nothing but the 7 chakras. We are a body and we have 7 bodies, we have 7 chakras. So our consciousness is like our limitations. Our mind limits sometimes our consciousness. So when we are in a higher frequency, when Nikola Tesla is a beautiful scientist who always says, if you want to understand the mysteries of the universe, see it in the terms of energy, vibrations and frequency.
Nikola Tesla was also very fascinated with the pyramids.
Yeah. So he was like in the beginning of 1900s. So he gave a lot of theory. He was mostly talking about transmitting the electricity through wireless technology. But back then, maybe they didn't have budget to do bigger things. He created a small model. He was always telling that electricity can be produced from the pyramid. Yeah.
Oh.
But it is theoretically, nothing was proven yet. But he saw some potential in it. Maybe in the future, some scientists may be able to do. Why he said that? It was very fascinating because the energy is so concentrated in the pyramid. See, suppose we store something, we need some device or a storage container where we store closely. So the pyramids are structures, because of the natural angle, it draws the electromagnetic rays or cosmic energy and it stores inside that. And these ancient Egyptians are so intelligent, they want to amplify that much more. So they added the natural quartz crystal granite into that. Any semi-precious stones, any crystals, it will amplify the energy. So they have mixed 3 things. One is sound, because the chamber is a sonic. They have added crystals, they have added pyramids. All these things so beautifully. But is it just for a tomb? That's a big question. No, the pyramids are built for some higher purposes, some ceremonial purposes, some spiritual purposes. So inside the king's chamber, If you can sit in silence or meditate, that is when I feel you can connect to the pyramid. So the pyramids are so fascinating. And as I told you, that King's Chamber is a beautiful place because it is in the earth's highest point of energy. There's a quartz crystal granite. It's a sonic chamber, and also it has the beautiful natural angle in the earth. And also, one more thing is like people are so emotional there. Half the people cry.
Acha.
Yeah.
It's like going to any other like dharmic sthan
Yeah.
or any other meditation place. You begin to these blockages begin to clear out.
Yes.
It's the same kind
It's
of an
same the
impact.
kind. Half the people they cry.
Acha.
They come, they hug, they cry.
Oh.
Especially after the meditation, I need to chase them. They don't go. We have a time limit. I said, please leave, because they become emotional there. It's very difficult because all these things comes out because of that sound, because of that energy, because of the chamber, something shakes up. The consciousness expands, and you cannot store anything inside because you cross the queen's chamber, your heart, and you're in the crown chakra, and any place in general, when 100 people join together, after a few hours, you will lose your identity. You become oneness.
Ah.
And even when you see when all your relatives or everybody meet, or when we go with the friends, after sometimes
Yeah.
of all these
Yeah.
egos, the difference goes, we become
Individuality begins to go
dissolve.
down. Yeah.
So that's when the group consciousness happens.
So you told me that there is some electromagnetic energy associated with the pyramids.
Yeah.
Just like how the energy would be in any other consecrated place, right?
Yeah.
What kind of energy is there in the pyramids, and how is it different from any other consecrated place in, let's say, an Indian temple or a meditation temple in India?
See,
Maybe a Kedarnath, Kashi Vishwanath.
yeah, the energies are two different types. One energy will initiation energies, and there are certain energies which goes inside.
Okay.
It means it will calm you, it will ground you. There are certain energies which will uplift you. In Giza pyramid, whatever I have seen, it will actually go inside you. It will balance you. There are two places called Saqqara and Dashur. So Dashur is the first place where they have a step pyramid, and Saqqara is the slope pyramid, which is not 51 degrees, a different angle. So there are some inscriptions they found, and then when they read it, it said this is the first pyramid they experimented with. That's a step pyramid. In any step pyramid, what happens is the energy comes and it dissipates. So when you go to that place and stand, you will literally feel some load is coming on you. So it is very difficult to withstand. If you're sensitive towards the energy, you can know it. But in the Giza pyramid, there's very calming energy. It will actually uplift and balances all your 7 chakras, because it's aligned with the golden angle of the pyramid of the earth, golden angle of the earth. All your 7 chakras gets aligned. So the invisible energy, that is cosmic energy, it's available all over the world, all over the universe. But how we are going to attract is you need to transcend your mind. Only then it comes. You can meditate anywhere, but when you meditate inside the pyramid, naturally your thoughts goes down. It is like, scientifically speaking, your brain from beta to alpha or theta or delta, naturally it comes inside the Giza pyramid. When you meditate or sleep inside the pyramid, it's totally different. Way back in 2004, first time when I came to know about the pyramid, I made my own pyramid. I went to the YouTube. It's very initial stages of internet. I luckily found one video where they have explained how to do the pyramid. And I made my own pyramid with the thermocol, and with all the tapes. And I have kept it near my window and used to meditate under it, sleep under it. My meditation was intense. My sleep was very different. I want everybody to experience, because many people have sleep issues.
Yeah.
Many people have bad dreams. You put a small pyramid and you sleep under it, and you will never come out.
Acha.
It is so deep. It's so deep. That's my first discovery. Invention. I made my own pyramid, 2 feet by 2 feet, and I used to meditate under it, sleep under it. I used to study under it when I was in my final year of engineering. I used to study under it. The concentration is so high, because the pyramid attracts the energy, and it's a concentrated energy you will find inside the pyramid. So we would have learned about pyramid. Any blade you keep under it, it remains sharper for longer time. Any fruits, when you keep under it, it gets preserved. So I have done all these experiments. I have kept small plants under it. I have kept blades. I have kept fruits, whatnot. I have kept even the water to see what changes happens to the water.
And what
And
happens?
acidic water will become alkaline in 6 hours.
Oh.
The whole molecular structure of the water changes.
The taste of the water changes. The energy of the water changes. So what is basically a pyramid is so intelligent being, I would say. Because the reason why I said intelligent is, if you keep a poison in the pyramid, the intensity of the poison reduces. If you keep a wine, the wine will become more older wine.
Oh,
That
okay.
point I read in the book. It enhances the properties, it removes the toxicity.
I was reading, there was a research by the Manipal University
Huh.
that certain rats who were in stressful conditions were put into these pyramid-like shape which mimic the Giza pyramids. And suddenly their stress levels were down, their cortisol levels were down, their oxidative stress was low, and their antibodies were higher. So,
There's one research the Russian scientists did. Simple research. They selected a jail. There were many prisoners. And they started cooking to the two batches separately. For the one batch, they kept the salt under the pyramid. And every time they used that salt for cooking. And for the another batch, it's regular. But over the period of 3 months, they saw the batch where they were using the pyramidized salt, their angers were reduced. They started changing. They saw some change was happening in them. But the other one, the change did not happen much. So it's all about how much we research and do to exactly see. We are nothing but water bodies. Our body is full of water. 70% plus is only water. And the water has memories. Water has molecular structures. And pyramid is so intelligent that it will change the molecular structure of the water. So when we expose our body in the pyramid, the molecular structure of the body changes. As like I told you, when you keep the water, the acidic becomes alkaline, the crystalline structure changes. Then I got an idea why we can't expose this whole body in the pyramid. So especially in the Andhra Pradesh, there are 1 lakh pyramids. Nobody knows about it. People have built pyramids over the terrace for meditation, for self-healing. More than 1 lakh of pyramids are there in Andhra Pradesh. Even in my own meditation center, I have built a pyramid in my terrace. It was like 15 feet by 15, where it's like a room, and the pyramid is exactly aligned to the Giza pyramid angle.
51 degrees.
51 degrees.
And what have you made it of?
It's nothing but we made some 4 columns and we put some Mangalore tiles.
Okay.
Because we don't have limestones. I cannot afford granite. So we have made a simple structure with the 4 aluminium chambers with glasses, and then we made iron structures, and then with some Mangalore tiles, and we have put a big crystal in the apex to amplify the energies, because I cannot put granite there. It's a temporary place again. So the moment you go inside, your eyes closes. Whether you have coffee or no, whether you had a good sleep or no, the moment you go inside, you go into a state called trance naturally. You feel like sleeping, you feel like meditating. It's the inside. You started going inner journey. When you come out, you will feel the difference.
Okay. So there are multiple healing properties of the pyramids.
Yes.
For the viewers, can you take us through the different uses of the pyramids and how people can use pyramids in their daily life? What pyramid can be used for what purpose and how?
See, pyramid is basically a small structure. There is a photography called Kirlian photography, where they can capture the energies of any object. They can capture the electromagnetic energies. They can capture the aura. So the Kirlian photography, I will share you some pictures where you can share to everybody. Even a small 1 inch, 2 inch pyramids, there is energy movements in that. It draws the energy. Such pictures is available all over the world. In the internet, they can find it. Any small pyramids, it draw energy, it stores, and whatever is kept inside it, it transmits. If you can keep an apple for 40 days, and after 40 days, it will not perish. It will only dry. Even if you cut it, it will be fresh inside.
100% sure?
Yes. You keep the milk outside for 1 or 2 days, what happens? Milk gets spoiled.
Correct.
Keep it under a pyramid, it gets converted to yogurt. I've
So
done
we can do the
all
same
this.
thing with fruits, vegetables, everything. Okay.
So the pyramid, as you asked me, how people can use it day to day.
Because people can live in a pyramid, their houses can be constructed like a pyramid, your plates can be like a pyramid, your tiffin boxes, everything can be structured into a pyramid.
I get weird ideas. Why can't our helmets be pyramids?
Yeah.
So at least you'll be mindful on the roads.
Totally.
Yeah. So I have a big pyramid over my bed, 6 feet by 6 feet. We sleep under it. My wife, my kid, we sleep under it. But we are sleeping under it.
I see great healing happens because how the energy goes inside the body, the mind and the brain waves has to calm down, right? So it has to go from beta to alpha or theta. That naturally happens in the sleep. Then the whole night we are receiving energies.
So this pyramid that we're talking about, what are three or four things that people have to keep in mind? One is that 51-degree angle.
Mhm.
Second is what material should be used?
Yeah. See, angle matters.
Okay.
In Egypt, they have built with limestone.
Hmm.
I have seen pyramids they have built with concrete. I have seen pyramids built with bamboos. I have seen pyramid with copper. I have seen pyramid with aluminium. I have seen pyramid with wood. Material doesn't matter. Angle matters. So size doesn't matter. If it's a small, it produces small energy. If it is up to like a cap, you can wear it. It is enough for your head. But your whole body has to get exposed to it. At least you need 5 or 6 feet pyramid because the height is going to be only 60%. So even if you have a 6 feet base, the height would be around 3.5. So for you to sit, maybe people who are short can sit on sleep. But if you have a 8-foot pyramid, it's good. Even you can sit under it, sleep under it. You can put anything under
Okay.
it.
So just the angle matters.
angle.
Material doesn't matter. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Material adds value. Like granite has added value, converting a pyramid into a sonic chamber. Copper will add value because the copper has the natural properties.
Got it.
But pyramid is a pyramid.
Understood.
So what I got from the market about the 2 feet pyramid where we can assemble.
Okay.
So we join and assemble because it's carryable and easy because I cannot carry 8 foot in my apartment and put it in a bed. So whenever we want, we assemble, we disassemble. There are so many
This is the one that you use for sleeping.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is properly made from a machine. There are many people who sells bigger copper pyramids, but I really doubt about the angle
Okay.
because it may be 54 or it may be 49. But whatever these aluminium pyramids, powder coated, what I use, it is all properly machine made with precise angle because the precision is important. Then the energy gets amplified in that. So we sleep under it. So I recommend everybody to have a pyramid, experience it. Go sleep under it. Your sleep will not be the same. Once you taste it, you will never leave it.
Perfect. So sleep is one. Which other uses?
For the children, especially, for example, the pets.
Hmm.
Because for the pets, generally we make a small houses. We put some carpet. No? Even if a small 3x3, 4x4, one corner, if you keep it, the pets can go under it. It can sleep. I bet the pets will never go to veterinary hospitals. Yeah, because they don't think like humans. All that they have is love. They are very simple. So when you keep a pet in the pyramid, whatever the healing has to happen, it will happen.
Understood.
Recently, a dog was very sick. I recommended a pyramid, small pyramid. It's recovered.
Achha.
Completely it recovers. When my kid also, if he is in some pain, I say go inside it, meditate,
Okay.
sleep, he gets recovered.
Wow.
So it's like a healing properties we can use every day.
Okay.
So another thing is you can keep it in the kitchen, the smaller ones. Keep your food or fruits because we don't know what toxics we are eating nowadays. Keep it under the water, especially energize it. A small incident happened in my apartment recently where the drinking water and the sewage connections mixed. There's big chaos that is happening and many people got admitted in the hospital. But I never knew this story at all because I don't see news. I am busy in my own world. After 20 days, I came to know there's so much chaos is happening in my apartment. I asked, like, what is happening? They said, don't you know the water is contaminated? Everybody is becoming sick. We are literally bathing with Bisleri water, drinking Bisleri water. But I said, I really don't know. They are shocked to know that, are you still using that water? I said, yes. Because the water we get it from even the aquaguard or the taps, we energize. Even in the bathrooms, before bathing, we fill the water in the buckets. We keep a pyramid on it. And we used to bath from it so that you will literally feel that energy. Because of the meditation, our immunity is different. And because of the pyramidized water, and even after that we are using, nowadays people are like, they are exhausted using Bisleris for bathing.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult time. Maybe for
Correct.
2 months these chaos was still it's going on.
Yeah.
But using the pyramids, I saw that's a great change. It didn't affect us.
So bathing, drinking, sleeping.
Preservation
Whereas-
of the fruits. And also, especially the children. Nowadays, the attention span, believe me, it is in seconds.
5 seconds. Already. We are in the YouTube business, no? So we
Yeah.
keep saying, what is the attention span? So less than 5 seconds.
But when they open the book,
Yeah.
God knows what they are focusing. That my mother, your father used to say, read, but nowadays they're not even listening. So there are some pyramids which are comes like a cap.
Ah.
So you can wear it, and then there's a small thread. Their concentration increases, the focus increases. I have seen that. So whatever the food or nuts, whatever we use, Even the small chips of pyramids, we keep in all the pulse boxes in the pyramid.
Okay.
Let it do it work.
Okay.
We saw even that the pulses doesn't get more insects, the taste increases because we know the energy science.
I want to ask you about the connection between pyramids and crystals.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned that the king's chamber and even the queen's chamber
Hmm.
has, these rose granite, right? And they have all these healing properties and all of that. So tell me more about this connection between the pyramids and the crystals.
Crystals are like babies, so pure, so good. So we generally say, we don't choose crystals; crystals choose us.
Really?
Yeah, we can do that experiment. Whenever people come to my store, they ask me what to buy. I said, just see, connect. They said, I want this. How they feel that? They call you. It's like babies. So suppose you go to a pet store, some animals wants to come to you because the crystals are so pure that when you go deeper into that, the crystalline, the structures of the crystals stores energies. The natural quality of a crystal is it takes the energy, it resonates back. So a crystal is just a crystal, but when it comes to the human touch, we have a bioelectrical energy. It has electromagnetic energy. So when it touches with the humans, it understands you, what you want. It removes the negativity from you. It adds and corrects you. So that is the beauty of a crystal. So basically, in the king's chamber, as I told you, they used natural stone granite, which is red or rose granite. They call it as both. So that when we go there, when we connect with it, that's why I said people just go take selfie and come, they are not connecting with it. When you go and sit there, when you touch the wall, you connect with it. So it understands your bioelectrical energy, what you are, what you want. It connects and corrects. The crystal has that property. It connects and corrects. But unfortunately, most of the crystals cannot cleanse itself. It will attract your negativity, but it cannot cleanse. Like baby goes and plays in the mud, it doesn't know how to take bath. So we used to wash it. So there are two crystals where one crystal literally dissolves in the water. And there is one beautiful, oldest crystal in the earth, that is citron, which is so beautiful color, vibrant yellow, citron, which has the energy of the sun. So that is the only crystal where you don't need to cleanse because it has the sun's energy, it can cleanse itself.
Okay.
It is basically for abundance and longevity. So people use citron for spiritual purpose too. So there is one more crystal called fool's gold. That is pyrite gold. If you see it, it is literally like a gold. It is a different formation. It's called pyrite gold. And in the healing modalities, they use it a lot for attracting abundance. So basically, I tell people there are the 5 crystals I always suggest them. One is citron, one is amethyst, one is rose quartz, another is pyrite gold, another is smoky quartz, or even the black tourmaline.
Okay.
Amethyst, we use it for spiritual upliftments.
Okay.
So amethyst, see basically every crystal amplifies your energy. It attracts the negativity, it amplifies you, and you need to cleanse it either using water or sounds, or even sometimes you use a herb called sage, and the crystal resets itself. When you keep a crystal in the pyramid itself is like a magnetic source where it attracts cosmic energy it stores. The natural property of the crystal is to get the energy amplify. And any negativity in the pyramid, it attracts. And pyramid will again heal the crystal. So again, you don't need to clean the crystals which is inside the pyramid. So it's a beautiful science, one complementing one another.
People who want to use crystals, can you tell us which crystal can be used for what purpose and how?
See, basically, if you're a beginner, you don't know anything, you can use 2 crystals which are very, very safe. One is a natural crystal, that is Rudrakshi. So Rudrakshis are natural crystals where ancient yogis use, but you need to know how to use, what to use, because it has multiple mukis. When you see, Rudrakshi, they either wear it near the neck or the heart. Okay, because neck, if you have any vocal issues, if you're not able to express yourself, people wear it here. And most of them wear to the heart, because heart is as the ancient Egyptian says, be pure in the heart. So even the rose quartz. So rose quartz is a high recommended crystal, even for men, because we have to be pure at heart. Any metal you use, any metal or any crystal you use, they understand your consciousness, energy, they tune according to you. See, they know you. Some psychics, when they hold the pen you use, they can tell about you. Once somebody gave one gold ornament. When I touched, I felt very negative because that person is full of negative. They have so much attachment to the gold. They're always afraid. That is reflecting in that small element. So any ornament or any crystal in that ornament, it resonates what you are. So when you add a rose quartz to the heart region, it will expand your heart chakra.
Okay.
It will purify your heart chakra so that you at least become more spiritual. Be open-minded. So rose quartz is what I recommend.
Okay.
And if you want to use any semi-precious stone for spiritual upliftment, you can use either citrine or amethyst.
And again, same way. You can put it in your pocket. You can
Anywhere.
use it as a dead weight,
Yes.
paperweight, or you can use
Exactly.
it anything.
You can keep it near you.
Okay.
The excavation of the crystals are made in different ways. One is through a very patient way, where they excavate, like how they do these ancient sites of Egypt. Slowly they excavate, not damaging anything. The crystals are also done in that way. So where there are certain sites, they know there are crystals because they found one, they will know many. They slowly excavate. But there are certain people, they do the blasts and they extract. What happens is the crystals get disturbed. When
And the energy becomes negative.
Energy becomes negative, they get disturbed. I have sourced crystals from multiple places where literally when I open it, I get intense headaches.
Acha.
And I immediately send it back saying, I don't want.
Oh.
Because I don't want to even come or use it or even sell it. I just send it back. So we should know how these crystals are excavated, from where, the source. You should know the right person. Not about the pricing. We get different prices. So amethyst is one, if you are practicing meditation, you can keep amethyst with you. It will balance your chakras well. And most of them, like, the evil eye, it's very popular nowadays. People wear evil eye. It will attract, like in the ancient days, we call it as drishti, kandrishti, any negativity comes, it will store.
Correct.
So black tourmaline is one crystal which has the capability to attract the negativity and store it. Again, you need to cleanse the crystals, either with water, and some crystals we keep it in the moon during the full moon nights, so that the whole night the crystal gets energized.
Wow.
So the Giza pyramid, that's called a Giza complex, where there are 3 pyramids. Generally, like if you see from the satellite angle, you will see a beautiful 3 pyramids placed. All the 3 are different sizes. There's a small, medium, and big, something like that we can imagine. And the main Giza pyramid, that's called Khufu pyramid, because of the pharaoh Khufu. It's also called as the Great Pyramid. For centuries, many kings, many civilizations, they tried to see where is the entrance door. They could not find. They traveled around the pyramid, top, bottom. They were not able to find an entry door inside the pyramid. How to enter in the pyramid? But finally, like, one person was successful, because he definitely wanted to go in. So what he did is, he started to tell the laborers that start breaking the stone. So today, when the visitors go inside the pyramid, there is an entrance which is man-made.
Oh.
So we think that it is Egyptians made. Absolutely no, because until date they were not able to find. But recently they found out where is the main entrance, but it is actually locked. It is actually locked by the stones, very huge limestones where you cannot even move it. It is like interlocked. So he excavated.
Why is it like that?
Because most of the pyramids, what I see is, once the construction is over, at the end they lock it. So they don't want anybody to go in. So that is how it is, like you build the pyramid, and finally at the exit, you lock it. So people may be surprised. Because when you talk about Egypt, it's all about precision. Precision of how the stones are cut. Precisions about how the alignment is made. Precisions about how two rocks are kept next to each other. Even a blade cannot go in between 2 stones. Even a paper, which is the very thinnest thing we know, right? Even the paper doesn't go in between 2 stones. It is so well cut, which is a total mystery. Like, how did they even achieve it?
Because each stone, I believe, weighs between 2 to 15 tons, as heavy as an elephant.
Yeah.
One brick, one stone.
Yes.
Now I'm imagining without modern cranes, how did they manage to put it on top of that skyscraper? How?
See, there are three different worlds. One is, if you ask me, archaeological world.
Hmm.
Another is scientific world. Another is the spiritual scientific world. Everybody have their own answers. But it's been still a mystery. It's been still a mystery because when I talk to the spiritual people, they say aliens built it.
Huh.
It's not humans. They come in UFOs, they built it and they go. When I talk to archaeologists, they said no scrolls have given any inscription like how they built it. 2013, a very interesting development happened. They actually found a scroll which is 4,500 years ago, where in the scroll it is mentioned it is like a day log.
Hmm.
Day log by a manager kind of role there, like where the stones are cut, how they are imported near the pyramid. There is a place where 20 kilometers away from the main Giza pyramid. So they cut the limestones there, they put it on the boat, and it comes in the Nile River. And in between, they have made an artificial routes to come near the pyramid where the stones are actually deported. So in the scriptures, like in the papyrus, it's clearly wrote today this rock has been cut, and we put it in the boat. And the next day, the boat we traveled, and then I took a rest there. And the third day, the stones are deported there, and the fourth day I went there. So this is the only scroll which spoke about from where the stones are taken from, how it is transported, and where it is kept. But it doesn't say how they built the pyramid. So archaeologists, scientists waiting and they are trying hard to find any scrolls which tells the real process of how they built the pyramid. But when I asked like is there any tools they found, yes, there are very huge wood logs, there are precision instruments, but how did they cut the stone so precisely? Biggest question. How did they even transport the stones? Biggest question. Even if they transport, how are they able to pile it up, which is like 800, 900 feet height? This is very fascinating, but what blows your mind is you forget about outside. When you go inside, it will totally blow you because it is not a hollow, it is not a solid. Where inside there are chambers, inside there are portals, inside there are pathways, which makes the whole construction very complicated, very biggest mystery.
Acha. So it's
Yeah.
not like I've never been to the pyramids.
Mhm.
So it's not like a hollow.
No, absolutely no. When you go inside, you feel it like a cave. As I told you, it's man-made. And after that first section comes the Queen's Chamber. And you will see great grand hall. And then the third is the King's Chamber. So these are the three sections, and there are many shafts. So these are the three sections. In some places, you need to crawl and go, bend and go. Some places it is like 20 meters high, very steep, in 40 degrees maybe, the angle. And we have stairs. Actually, there are no stairs, but these people made it so people can climb. So it is like 200 meters you need to climb to reach the King's Chamber. And in the Queen's Chamber, you will literally feel 100 meters. You need to crawl and go like a baby. It is only 3 feet high. Very interestingly, the King's Chamber entrance is so narrow. You need to crawl and go, but the sarcophagus is very huge. It won't even fit there. It means they have built it for some other purpose,
Which we don't know.
which we don't know. Yeah.
But they say pyramids are 4,500 years old and it has survived earthquakes, right?
Yes.
In that era, everything in that era crumbled. The
Yes.
pyramids stood tall
Yes.
despite the earthquakes, despite the natural calamity. So date to hai, we have 4,500, no?
Yes. Date is written there, but some people claim even if it is older than that, maybe they documented 4,500 years ago, but it may be ancient to that. See, in order to find the history, something has to be written somewhere. Only that proofs will tell us. But here, when we go to the Egypt, when we see the walls, it is all about gods offering, three different gods, how the servants. It doesn't say how it is built, why it is built, when it is built. It is only about how they serve each other, how they lived. So all the inscriptions you see, even there are some temples where when we go and see in the walls, you will see how the birthing of a woman takes place, even how this anesthesia is given. Can you imagine 4,500 years ago anesthesia was there? And all the knives, all the tools used by the surgeons, and how the herbs are used for treatments. So many things are there in the ancient Egypt. Of course, when they have built something, such a huge structure, their technology was so advanced that human mind is not able to find out. So there's one beautiful thing that happened in around 1900s beginning. Japan and USA tried to replicate Giza pyramid, and they literally failed because our cranes were not even able to lift one stone. So they could not replicate, they failed. So it's very clear that our modern science cannot even replicate what is available.
You mentioned about the gods.
Hmm.
What kind of gods were worshipped during the times of the pyramids?
So when it comes to the Egypt, there are three main gods. One is Isis, one is Horus, one is Osiris. So these are the three gods. Wherever you go, in whichever temple, you will see these three things. And very importantly is Ra. God Ra. The sun god is the main for the Egyptians. It's called Ra. There is a temple called Ra. So where every kings comes and the Ra is the one who controls or commands all the kings. Horus, Isis, and Osiris are very important because Isis is like a mother god, and Osiris is like god of death, who takes care of the souls, and Osiris is after death. It's like a Yamadharma Raja in the Hindu Dharma. Isis is like Parvati Devi, who nurtures, who give birth. And Horus is a god where he has these wings. He is like governor of the air, sky. When it comes to Hindu Dharma, I again compare Isis Subramania Swami. He's like peacock, he takes and flies. He was like ruler of the land and ruler of the sky. So there are many gods when they say, I can connect. And in everywhere when we used to go for a 10-day tour, very long. We used to touch base in the cruise one temple. There is one place of temple where entire rock is granite. So that is a temple of Isis. There's a temple for Osiris. There's a temple for Horus. There's a temple called Sobek, which is a crocodile god. There's a temple for Ra. But one needs a lot of patience because it will be scorching hot. It will be sandy, dusty.
But what if you go in the evening or early morning, Brahma Muhurat time?
But they open only.
Okay. Because they want people to come in and go out quickly, no?
Some temples like on the
Oh.
riverbeds, no? So you can only open from 10 to 5. So you have to get grilled in that hot sun to see all those things. Sometimes you become so dehydrated. But we should not be in a hurry to see. If you are really a historian, you want to know about the structures in Egypt, you need to take it really slow to go and see. See, basically, some people asked me, if pyramids have so much power, why there is so much suffering in Egypt? Why there are so many wars have happened? Why they are not happy? These, that, so many things they say. I say, pyramids are there, people are there, but did they get connected to it? It is like I have a phone charger, I have a phone, but did you even plug it? So did their consciousness even connect? When I talk to them, they still see it as
As a monument.
a monument, archaeological wonder. That's it. They never, even when we go there, a security guard comes, always stay there because they will be observing what we do. They never meditate.
You know, it's like Kailash. We do these Kailash trips. So one of the yogis, in fact, the guest that I had in a podcast, he says, you can go to Kailash and not witness Kailash. There are many people, they just physically go to Kailash, Yatra and come back. You
Yes.
can be here and you can witness Kailash. So it's about consciousness and how you connect, like you said.
Exactly. But did you really see the Kashi?
Yeah.
It's like Egyptians who live there, and many people go for a tourist. They go, the moment they go to take selfie, the photos, and they come. Can you imagine when people go there in general visiting hours, 10 minutes? Everybody will be blah, 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 talking, taking photos. And they will be, the moment you go up, you will be fully sweat. Because there's no air shafts or chambers. They have kept some oxygen, small air coolers, but it's not enough. You will be sweating, and in 10 minutes you descend, come down. What experience you are going to have? But we go in a non-visiting hours. After the general visiting hours, but nobody will be there. Only our group. So we get 2 hours exclusive. Because you go there, you have to settle there. Only then you will be able to connect. In 10 minutes, what your connection you're going to have? Nothing. Just few photographs, happiness, and then come out. So naturally, we generally go at the night times or the early hours, maybe midnight 1 or 11. By the time we come out, it's like heaven. That place is a heaven. Everybody needs to go there and experience that.
You know, we, through the CT scans and certain radars, it's also been found that there are many hidden chambers.
Yes.
Right? And of course, there are many pyramids that are yet to be excavated.
Yeah.
Your pyramid and your mummy
Yeah.
is yet to be found.
Yet to be found.
So what are these secret chambers? Tell me about them, number one. Number two, please tell me, What is this whole thing with jewelry and gold jewelry in these coffins?
Yeah. So this is a very beautiful science, I would say. Recently, they have used the MUOS technology, this cosmic ray technology, to send inside the pyramids, the undergrounds, to see how depth it is, or is there anything. And interestingly, they found it is like 200 feet. There are many pillars under this main Giza pyramid. Not only the Grand Pyramid, all the three pyramids. It had a pillar structures which is spiral, and the depth goes until 200 feet, which blowed the entire world when the scientific evidence was found.
My
That when
God.
they send, it's like the top of the pyramid itself we are not able to understand. Now it has complicated things. The 200 feet, there are multiple pillars, and when you go down, there are huge chambers.
200
Grand.
feet down, there are
Down.
chambers.
Yeah, there's a
the
big
ground.
chambers underground, because they were sending the signals, and then they were able to take the photographs and with the graphs. I don't know when they're going to go down and see, but they have discovered this, which has made the entire thing much more bigger. Maybe what we are seeing is only the tip.
What if the actual thing is down there?
Yeah. Actual thing may be down there. Now, whether this is only for the tomb, absolutely no. Because just for the tomb, can you imagine 200 feet, so much pillars? Why would they take pain? And whatever the sand level, what we see, is it the ground? Or we are only seeing, maybe in the ancient, the desert was not there, it was so deeper down. See, when you are in the complex,
Yeah.
the ticket for the complex is separate, the ticket for the king's chamber is separate. So you cannot just go there and go inside the pyramid, they won't allow you. So that is a different process. But what we do is we go in a non-private, non-visiting hours. It's a private journey. So that cost is different. It is approved by the Egyptian government. So they will ask who is the group, how many people, what you are going to do exactly inside. And they have a CC camera. Entrance in the king's chamber, they will be monitoring. It's not that easy. Because they don't want any nuisance to happen. So it's all properly monitored. So when you go into the complex, if you have more than 50 people or 40 people, they allow your bus. If it's a small group, they have internal buses. When you need to get down from one side to one place, you can go in that bus, get down, take all the nice photos. And people don't need to miss the camel rides there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of camels. They can hop into the camel, they will take a ride there. Because the more time you spend there, you will actually start feeling, you will start breathing the air there, the sand. But it will not be so magical like what you see. It will be scorching hot sun. So dehydration is a big issue there. If you don't take care, don't keep hydrating yourself, you will get nausea, you will get headaches. The body heat goes up. So hydration is very important when you are in Egypt. And a hat is a must. And the clothes, depending on that, you wear a light cloth so that there won't be much humidity, will be very high there.
Okay, wonderful. Dr. Ayyappa Pindi, thank you so much for this exquisite session. It's truly one of a kind, very interesting. And I think people have a lot of curiosity when it comes to pyramids, but what people don't know, or at least a lot of people, majority of the people don't know, is the healing power of the pyramids.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you brought that out so extensively in today's session. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Shlloka ji. It's been a great privilege to meet you in person. And also this podcast means a lot to me.
Thank you.
And through you, I got an opportunity to tell the world about the pyramids and its powers. Thank you very much.
Super. Thanks.
Namaste.
In case you'd like to be a part of our online and in-person yoga, diet and spiritual programs, you can join our WhatsApp group below, where we post all our upcoming programs and give free tips on health, diet and lifestyle.